And then Grandma thought you were a sociopath for the next few years. Hey everybody, it's Brian from Amateur Hour. I'm joined here by
James,
Nathan.
And you know it is the season to be talking about all things delightful, cold, and bullshit. Today we actually have some guests because we're talking on the subject of video games. And two of our friends are actually very well versed in them. We have over here...
I'm Gray Eyes.
Cut that.
Say your real name.
Write down. Start time.
Did you say gray eyes?
Well, now everyone knows you're black, right? The fucking joke is ruined.
Of all things, you say gray.
All right, say your name.
George Ray.
All right.
Okay.
Brooke Anderson.
And we're going to be talking about a few things nice and wintry themed. We'll be going over our favorite ice-themed segments in video games, as well as talking about recent purchases we made video game-wise to help you guys out with your holiday shopping. What? Nathan.
Yeah, in Minecraft it does snow.
It does snow in Minecraft.
Yes, it does.
There are specific biomes for snow.
The
too.
tundra and the taiga, right?
Yeah, I think there's a couple
Christmas
of those,
time,
actually.
and you'll be fine.
Mom's Christmas time.
I make a Christmas tree every year in Minecraft.
Do you really?
Oh,
you fucking
no.
nerd.
Hell no.
You fucking
I
nerd.
thought there was something we could bond about, but apparently it has been ruined before it even started.
All right, so
I just go make snow angels in Super Mario 64
Brian,
every year.
So Brian, this is your baby. Why don't you start us off with it? What's your favorite snow level, or one of your favorites?
Anyone here own a Genesis way back in the day?
Yes.
Yes,
We play Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
of course.
Ice Cap from Sonic 3.
All right.
Fucking
Yeah, I
great
can see that.
music, great level design. Starts off with the first snowboarding segment in Sonic history.
Yeah.
Super good music, just really good level all around. Very difficult late game. Some of the best. It's like the best transition from early game to late game. This is where the game starts getting really sort of difficult and preps you for like the launch base zone immediately afterwards. And it's just different than anything else you've seen in the entire game up to this point. I mean, you start out on a fucking snowboard, and then there's an avalanche. Yeah!
You know, I was always partial to the fire ice level in Banjo-Tooie. It was Fire and Ice Mountain.
See, I never got the chance to play that one.
Oh, it's too bad. It was always real fun. It was a really cool level. It had that weird contrast.
Fucking puns.
yeah, there's plenty of that.
With some hot action, too. Fuck you, James.
I don't even know what y'all are talking about.
Have you not played Banjo-Tooie?
Or Banjo-Kazooie.
Is this English?
He's the ducking bird on the bear.
I don't. What?
He's the ducking bird.
Ray, your mom's not listening. You can say the F word. Unless she is. In which case, don't say the F word, Ray.
It's a ducking bird on the bear.
Right. Banjo-Kazooie was a game made by Rare for the Nintendo 64.
You remember back when Rare used to be a subsidiary of Nintendo and they
Isn't
made
that in
Donkey
the
Kong?
Rare replay?
Yeah.
Wait.
He has that.
I have never played it. You played it.
You really should play it. It's one of the best 3D platformers of that era.
I got the game, and this one
Super
over
Mario
here.
64. Yeah.
Brooke opened it up and just played it, and I haven't played it since.
Wow.
Did you
He's the
really
only one
play
actually-
his game before him?
I was trying to find a game to play in his house.
That's a dick move, bro.
You is a dick. Alright, so
I'd slap fire from Ray if he did that.
I did that before.
we'll make a smooth little transition here. Since you haven't played Banjo-Tooie, give us one of your favorite ice levels in a video game. Don't say
Ice
Minecraft.
level? Not Minecraft? There's
Not
many, bro. The one I've played, it's not my favorite. It's quickly becoming my favorite. The last one I played that was really, really awesome.
I'm half
Was in,
expecting him to play.
Static and Halo 5.
Oh.
Yes.
Brooke knows what I'm talking about.
That's actually...
Yeah.
It's a map that's like in a Foundry setting, and there's just snow everywhere.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
awesome.
That sounds a little bit like the sniping segments in Metal Gear Solid 2, where you're just out in the middle of the wilderness, coming right
Yeah.
out of the base.
Besides that, I would have to say Skyrim.
All right.
Just all of Skyrim?
That's what
With
I
the
was saying he was
remastered,
gonna
it
go
is
to.
better. It is
Yeah.
Ray?
way better.
What you got for us? What's your favorite ice level in a video game?
My favorite ice level.
It's gonna resave Skyrim.
Hold on. There's so many ice levels. So many.
I could throw some out there for you.
Yeah, throw some out for me, please.
What about Gotham PD in Arkham City?
I don't think you ever played.
Did you not? Oh, the best boss fight in that entire fucking series takes place there, man. It's Mr. Freeze. It's so good.
Is that one that's ice-based?
Yeah.
There's
it also is around Christmas time.
There's the Mario one and Mario 64.
Well, of course, there's that. I remember that. I hated those fucking penguins.
That's why everyone threw them off cliffs.
Right, yeah.
Like
What
they
about
deserve.
Crash Bandicoot?
Crash Bandicoot's good.
How about Super Mario Brothers 3, the entirety of World 6? That music, that world music, though.
Yeah, I did. And I did enjoy the music. Yes.
What about Shovel Knight? Polar
Okay,
Knight
now
Stage.
that I have. Well, I know you.
Like you're-
I played it. I played Shovel Knight. I don't
I
think you did.
don't think I ever saw that level though.
Everyone go play Shovel Knight first
Yeah.
off. Second off, you need
I
to come
still
over to my
haven't played that
place
game
and I'll
yet.
give you both a fucking crash course in Shovel Knight.
It's pretty good.
So fucking good.
You keep telling me like, hey, you should get this game, and then every time I'm like, I should look for that game. What was it again?
It sounds like you.
And then I was like, shovel. No, it shouldn't start with a shovel. It's just night. And I'm lost.
Well, now there's empirical evidence. It's been recorded, and I've told you about it, and you can go back and listen to this next time you want
Say
to purchase it.
that. And then next time,
He never will.
it's like, remember that one time?
Okay, so speaking of the Mario level, there's an interesting thing that I remember. I used to play the game over at my grandparents' house all the time because for a while they were the ones that owned the 64 for the family. Because back then they charged an arm and a leg for systems.
Right.
Because and so we were playing it, and like I would throw the penguin off the cliff like everybody else would. And one time my grandma saw me doing it. She's like, "Why'd you do that to the penguin?" I'm like, "Because I can."
And then Grandma thought you were a sociopath for the next few years.
She also witnessed me hitting the monkey in that game. It wasn't great. It's like this game is teaching you to hurt animals.
All right, Brooke, we haven't heard your opinion yet.
Mine's gonna be the odd one out. It's Modern Warfare 2, the cliffhanger.
That's
I remember that
actually
one.
really good though.
I mean,
Well, I haven't played it yet, so why don't you walk me through it?
it's basically one of the few kind of stealth missions in the game.
Doesn't it start on a cliff?
Yeah, well, I mean,
No,
cliffhanger.
Fucking
the level
womp.
is called
No, it
cliffhanger.
literally starts on a cliff.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
awesome.
you're
scale the
basically
cliff.
scaling this cliff with this other dude, and
Oh, that sounds a little bit like Reach.
Well,
yeah,
continue.
I mean, but basically, you're going up there to get some intel. I think
I think you're about
It's been a
did
while,
you
man.
kill somebody at a base?
that was a level before, but in this one, it's
Pause. Hard edit. Get off your fucking phone, Ray.
I'm looking at the topics, goddammit.
Get off your fucking phone, Ray.
Sorry.
Go.
But it's been a while since I played this game. I just remember it being this one mission where you go out, you get up this cliff, you go in there, and this blizzard hits, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can go around and you're taking out these guys from behind. You're sniping.
I know. Okay, I know the mission you're talking about.
That sounds pretty
Yeah,
fucking
and I mean, you got to watch the patrols because there'll be these vehicles moving around and all this stuff. But
Isn't there like parts in it like the blizzard will like pick up and you get hide?
yeah,
cloud
that's when you
view.
can snipe people. Is when you go in there and you'll be in these critical points where you can see a bunch of enemies, and you can snipe them while the blizzard's picking up and there's really no visibility. But one of the cool things about it is you can actually go through it and muscle your way through it. It's extremely hard, but it's possible.
That's what I do every time. It's the worst time.
Because like just
All right, Ray, you got anything now? Coming back to you.
Fine. I have to say Skyrim.
Any particular point in Skyrim that stands out?
Oh, I'm gonna say this.
Is it
Who's your
Hyrule
favorite
Fire?
hold?
Yeah.
What's my favorite
that's
hold?
the dragon hold.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Honestly, I don't like any of the holds. I just
Oh,
go.
what?
Are you one of those dudes who just goes in
Um,
and just goes nuts in the game?
No, I'm actually a calm person when I play this game. I play like I actually play in real life.
Yeah.
I don't kill everything I see.
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong,
No.
my friend.
When I
You
go
need
through
to
that
kill them
game-
penguins. You need to kill
The
them
only thing
monkeys.
I did wrong. Well, the only thing I did extremely well. The only thing I really killed for no reason was the Assassin's Guild.
You
I
killed the
didn't even do
Assassin's
that.
Guild. That's funny.
I literally walk around like hell on earth just killing all the things, and I haven't done that.
God
What do you think of
damn
the
it.
throat of the world in Skyrim?
Let's see.
That's the coolest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool, man. It really is. I've been playing the DLC at my college recently, and the Dragonborn DLC. And all I could say, the only cool thing about it was me going into the book world, I guess. I forgot what it's called, but the.
Yeah.
I remember that DLC.
Quick honorable mention, right quick.
Brian doesn't know what we're talking about.
No, I don't. I'm sad. I'm waiting for it to come out on the Switch. Womp womp.
Well, you're about to get a PlayStation 4 sometime soon. So
Oh,
Hopefully around Christmas time.
Hopefully.
Ironically enough,
Well,
cheap
if it,
plug.
If it happens,
Sponsor us.
if it happens, you can
Sponsor
play
us.
it. It is awesome.
Quick couple of honorable mentions. Chill Penguin stage and Mega Man X.
Yeah.
What about
Really-
Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah.
He was going to mention
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Another quick honorable mention would probably. I just had it and you fuckers knocked it right
Sorry.
out.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say
Just
anything.
fucking had it.
Was it Skyrim?
No.
Is that the only game you talking about?
That's the
Infinite
only game he plays.
No, I played Minecraft.
Infinite Glacier and Top of the Mountain from Smash Brothers. The
Yeah,
two
yeah.
ice climber stages.
Oh god,
Super
it's
fucking
so
fun.
good.
Super hectic.
Was Top of the Mountain? Was that the one that scrolled up, or was that the one?
No,
that...
that's the brawl one.
That's the
That
brawl one,
fucking
right?
fell down the entire mountain.
Yeah, that
in the
was a
ocean.
really cool.
Oh, I
map.
do know another one.
super cool shit.
Do you remember in Mortal Kombat X the snow map?
Actually, I do. Yeah.
So pretty.
You've played it.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
so pretty.
Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to mention.
Weird thing to say about Mortal Kombat, but super fucking pretty game.
I thought about it while I was on the car ride to the house when we were going here. Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3 had a huge segment of it at the very beginning. It was really convenient, but it was really kind of cool in the sense because it made it feel real.
Carry on.
Where you would, the snow would actually affect your movement. Like you would be like knee deep in snow, and like as Kenway, you wouldn't be able to move very well. But whenever you got to Connors, like moving through the trees became a real thing to do because all the snow everywhere.
Yeah.
It was
That's
just an
pretty
interesting. It was just an interesting thing. I remember.
I remember that too. That was one of my favorite Assassin's Creed moments, at least, because you actually felt like you needed to be up in the trees and not on the ground chasing everything in sight when you were hunting.
Right.
Enforced gameplay by using the surrounding to actually make you use a mechanic you wouldn't
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Is like the reason. I was talking with someone about this. The reason walking in GTA sucks is because you're supposed to steal cars.
So let's talk about what makes a good ice level.
All
I
right,
can tell you what doesn't make a good ice level.
go for it.
Being, let's just say in Gears of War,
Okay.
the most awkward moment is when you're in the tank on the snow level, because it's such a pretty game at first, and that snow level just degrades it. And I know there's a lot of people that enjoy it, and there's a lot of people that don't enjoy it, but it just was so misplaced because it was the only time that there was really any interaction with that, because you didn't even really interact with it outside the tank.
You know what stands out in ice levels and snow levels for me? The fact that it's usually the best music or one of the best pieces of music in any game's soundtrack.
Like retro game, yeah.
Yeah, it's Super Mario Bros. 3 is a fine example. That map music just strikes me every time I fucking hear it. Macalania Temple in
Right,
Final Fantasy
yeah.
X, Mega Man X's Chill Penguin theme, all that stuff.
You mean Final Fantasy X?
Did I say Final Fantasy X?
Yeah, you did.
Fuck. Sorry.
It is Mega Man
Well,
X,
you're
but Final
not
Fantasy
inaccurate.
X.
I'm just wrong.
Yeah.
Good music. There's never enough said about music in video games, and one of the things that really helps set the mood in any sort of game is accurate and well thought out music. And usually you hear the best that the soundtrack has to offer in the ice stages. Personally,
I think the best things happen in the ice stages. Like if you go to, I'm going to talk about Skyrim again because
Go
it's so
for
amazing.
it. Go for
No,
it.
if you go to you know what I'm talking about. If you go through like the dense like forest and stuff, and like when it's about to get close to night, and the wind will blow whiffs of like snow off the cliffs and like send them flying into the trees.
that is like
It's just like aesthetically pleasing.
Mortal Kombat X is again the snow forest is really good
Yeah.
about that too.
That's like when you see a map with like rain in it, you can like see the rain come off the ground. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
You don't notice it until you see it.
So it's just blends into the background, but when you notice it, you sort of really appreciate the fine detail work that
Yeah.
developers put into it.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing, and it's one of those modern day feats of games where there's this technology that can make games look way more realistic. And I'm not talking about just like graphically wise, making people look like actual people, but making worlds look
Like the
so
environment.
pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
making the environment act as if how it would be in the actual environment.
There's
Just,
so much
you know,
codes now. Like
Yeah,
so much
man,
room
so
to put
much.
codes.
You were going to say something, Ray?
Oh no.
Well, since we're on the topic of Skyrim, and going back a little bit, I think one of my favorite moments in that is when you're traveling up the 7,000 steps to High
Oh yeah,
Hrothgar.
that's going up to the throw of the world.
Because it's such a long journey. You know, a lot of times you're looking off to the side, you see like the world around you.
I've never liked that one. I was talking to you on Xbox Live when that was happening, and I was walking up there. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna run into a Nostromo. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
All right.
And I'm gonna die.
Enough talking about Skyrim. We're done with Skyrim. We're going to move on to the next segment of the podcast, and that's our game recommendations for the year. Hey, Nathan,
feels left out.
let's talk about Skyrim.
No,
Yeah, thanks for fucking my
I
segment.
mean, the remake is fantastic.
I gotta ask you something. I've been wanting to buy this, but how is Battlefield 1?
Battlefield 1 is phenomenal.
Cause have y'all seen the trailer?
Oh, dude, I sat down and played.
Yeah.
I sat down and played the first
Fire.
mission with him. He actually brought his PlayStation 4.
Xbox One.
Xbox One. Sponsor us. He brought his Xbox One over to my house, and I'm usually not a big shooter guy because I'm not a fan of the sort of monetization that the business model they use normally. But I was fucking sold on Battlefield 1. There's a huge amount of emotional impact just in that first mission.
Oh yeah.
And that's not even like
I'm
a
going
full
to get
mission
that.
either. That's
Yeah.
just the intro.
Yeah.
I mean, it really
get that
impacts you on like how many people actually died during World War One.
Doesn't
And-
it show you like after someone dies, it gives the bios?
Yeah, it gives you like their like legitimate names. Like they use actual names in there, and their actual like birth and
Where
death
they
rates.
died.
To that note too, tell us a little bit about the writing in the game too, because man, we played through the flying missions too, and I actually got sucked into the story of this game. And that doesn't
it's
happen with
phenomenal.
shooters for me.
There's a story.
There's basically
it's World War
seven.
True.
There's 7 or 6 total missions. They're
Campaigns.
yeah, and they're all real short. There's about 3 or 4 missions, maybe 5 in one of them, but they all center around a different person. And the first one, it's kind of a collage of people who died, and in the second one, it's aviation themed. And each one, like the first one is that, the second one is the aviation, third one's tanks.
There's
that
another
kind
one
of
that's
thing.
Lawrence
So
of
just
Arabia.
jumps through
Yeah,
the
there's one that's
battlefield,
based in the
pretty much.
desert. There's one that's based in basically paratroopers, I believe.
Yeah. It's telling a lot of different perspectives during World War One. It's giving you the sort of the full on your plate, full course of actually what happened. It's not just the American side. It's not just this side. It's not just that side. It's telling you about all these different isolated events that happened.
Yeah, and it really grasps you because you're playing this character. Like for instance, when we're in the aviation themed one, he's basically a gambler, a liar, a cheat, whatever you want to, all that together. And he steals this aircraft from a corporal or some type of
An RAF major or something.
Yeah, and he basically goes through the war, and at the very end, he finally you go through this whole thing. You save your co-pilot. You go through all this trenches to save him, and at the end, he's saying, they're going to tell you this one story, but I'm going to tell you this story. And, maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. You have to decide for yourself kind of thing. And it makes you, think on it.
Really good. It's one of the few legitimate shooters I can recommend wholeheartedly. Battlefield 1, super game. Ray, any games you bought recently?
Yeah. Pokemon Sun.
You are not taking my
Oh.
fucking thing. Picking it up.
You can choose Pokemon Moon.
Hey,
No.
Shelby just finished Pokemon Moon.
How do you finish it? It just was.
No,
Man, you have to be working around the clock on
God,
that.
fucking damn.
Oh, and she also last
Or
night.
did you find a cheat?
No, she actually did it. Last night she caught a shiny.
Ooh,
wow.
what was it?
I don't know. It's the one that looks like the little lay.
Oh, the comfey thing, the one with
Yeah.
the circle of flowers under it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's pretty
talk
much a circle.
on Sun and Moon. You can pick again later, motherfucker. It's my turn now.
I knew that would happen too, which is why I didn't mention it to him.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that of all these recommendations, Skyrim's already out. It's so good.
Are you jumping me? Are you jumping me now?
I'm not. I'm
Wait
just
your
saying
fucking turn.
That you need to get it, Brian.
I'm gonna get it on the
I will
Switch.
Buy it for you.
If I get
Watch,
a
it doesn't
PS4,
come out.
if
Like,
I get a
the Switches.
they showed it. That was the demo footage.
Well, I mean, you know, they get all this hype. Could be
it
like
could
the
not happen. It
Silent
could not.
Hill. It could be like the
cannot
Silent
happen.
Hill.
It cannot happen.
That
Can
was
I talk about Pokemon?
No.
Oh,
Relax.
there was one
I hope
thing
those
about the new
punches picked up on
Pokemon.
audio.
There was
Can
one
I
thing about
fucking talk?
They took the gyms out, right?
I'm about to strangle you.
God damn, dude.
Fine,
I
Brian.
can't breathe, guys.
Ray, I'm so glad you came.
For fuck's sake. I'm drinking your soda now.
Fine. It's gonna just
So
make it
Ray,
good
you
anyway.
want to talk about Sun then?
Yeah.
Let me talk about Sun and Moon as an overview, and then we can get into specifics in each game.
I have one question.
No.
I have one question.
No.
You keep interrupting with questions. Come
God,
on,
I
let him
just
talk.
want to start, man.
Fine.
He's gonna have to hard edit all this shit out.
Fine.
I am gonna have to.
Go.
I am gonna have to edit some of it out.
All right. So my recommendation, as the resident Nintendo nerd at the table right now, would actually have to be Pokemon Sun and Moon, which
I'm gonna keep that in.
you can also keep this in.
Wait, Brian, you're just never going to get tough.
I know, it's great, isn't it? It's super. It's so nice. It's so great.
I love Ray's way.
Just continue. You're just delaying your
Sun
own
and Moon. Very good game. Enjoying it. Different from the other generations.
How's it different?
Well, it's
But there's
different.
no gyms.
I want to kick you. Come on. What's different about it?
Oh, why are y'all fucking this for me? I'm actually excited about this.
Stop, man. Stop.
You just want to hurry it up. I'm going to get into the details.
Man, I want to get to this.
So Sun and Moon's actually a pretty interesting turn of story for Pokemon games in general. Like Nathan Dotson's been saying this entire fucking time, there's no
I've been
goddamn...
talking about Skyrim this entire time.
There's no gyms in this game. There's none. It's actually been replaced by this new mechanic called the Island Trials, which is sort of similar to gyms, but not really. There's not really badges to get in this game. To advance, you actually have to clear these certain little missions in each area, and some of them differ from game to game. Like in Moon, for instance, the first trial is actually through a cave of Rattatas and Raticates, and in Sun, it's actually...
I don't know. I'm not even at the first island.
Wow,
What?
you wanted to talk about it, huh?
Shelby said something about pirates. That's the only thing I know.
There's no pirates.
You fight pirates.
That's generation 3.
Are you talking about Team Skull?
No, Team Skull are B-boys. Want to be white B-boys.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
There's a lot of interesting stuff they've done with this generation with the addition of the Ultra Beasts 2, which are in story these things that are like Pokemon, can be caught like Pokemon, can be trained by like Pokemon, but are explicitly said to be exceedingly dangerous to the world around them. And if you look up a lot of their entries in the Pokedex, it's actually legitimately dangerous
It
things.
sounds like dark Pokemon, but it better be better than dark Pokemon.
Are you talking about XD Gale?
That's what I'm talking about, but
But it's just, there's a lot of new interesting typings. The Alolan forms are pretty cool for the most part. Alolan Dugtrio. Yeah.
I'm not going to steal this
There's
away.
a
Weak
black
penises.
There's a black Rattata, guys.
It's a sewer
I'm not gonna
rat.
steal
It's kind of
this.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not going
I
to
like
steal this away from you, but isn't there like different versions of the same Pokemon?
Yeah, there's
Like-
okay, so in nature, there's this thing that happens when similar species move and live in different biomes where they develop traits that are actually more favorable for their biome.
That's the Founder's Effect.
Yeah. So you see bears in the northern areas being white with translucent hair, being a little bit more thick than bears in the south. Therefore, they're more suited to stealth hunting because they blend in the snow easier, whereas bears down in southern, still north because bears, but more southern regions, they're more suited to hunting, gathering, climbing trees, that sort of thing. It's similar here. They sort of expand on that concept. You have like you were saying, the Rattatas in the normal
Yeah, it's like purple.
black,
Black. as
Yeah.
well.
Really? It look. Oh, I know that.
dark purple, but in the normal games, you have Rattatas that are actually like field mice. So they're lightly colored, they blend in with their surroundings, and they subsist mostly on stuff you would find in fields. These in Alola are explicitly stated to be like sewer rats, infestation rats. They live in urban areas. They subsist on a higher calorie diet, and when they evolve into eradicate, they get fat as fuck. It's kind of great.
I've been playing Pokemon Go for a while, and I'm going to agree that Rattles are sewer rats. They're everywhere.
They are.
So are Pidgeys.
So are Pidgeys. They actually patched it
They're
where they
flying
appear less,
rats, right?
and you can't get Rattata and Pidgey eggs anymore
That's
for that
right.
exact reason. But overall, I'm going to wrap it up. It's really cool, really interesting. A lot of new developments in the story and stuff that's very, very different from anything else they've done so far. There's just a couple things I could say that are not I'm not sold on, but it's just normal gripes with every generation. Every generation can't be Generation 2.
Do you think
I want to add something. Oh, well, you go ahead.
Do you think this trend with like not having gyms and stuff like that is
Where'd you go?
is a new ground, or they just like,
I like it.
or it's just a version they're trying out?
I like it because it makes you more involved with your surroundings. It's not just train up on the routes, beat a few trainers, go to gym, beat the gym, go into the next town.
It's not grinding the game like
it
Pokemon
actually
used to
makes
be.
you invested in the world around you.
And it
'cause-
changes up the
But
formula.
do you think
too,
it's
'cause isn't this the first one
Do you
to
think
do
that's
that?
gonna stay?
Yeah, first mainline game. I hope so, personally, but the thing about the Pokemon games in recent generations is every generation offers something new gameplay mechanic-wise. So they may keep it, they may not. Ray, you wanted to add something?
Yes, I just want to add one thing. For you guys who haven't played the demo, I recommend it so you can get the Astro Ninja.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
cool. There's a lot of cool shit you can actually get in the demo. It's also time sensitive, so if you go back to the demo days later, you can also get more shit to transfer to the main games. And if you're doing like I'm doing, me and my wife are both playing one version each. It actually transfers to multiple versions off of one system.
Shelby's been collecting QR codes for that game.
You know, speaking of demos going to the actual game, and I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
You know what? You finish first, and I'll mention what I'm going to.
Oh, I had nothing
I
else to
have no
say.
idea.
Okay, so
I was just, gonna be like Brown and say you just.
all right. Well, so speaking of demos going into actual games,
Segway.
it's actually kind of funny because me and Ray played the demo for Final Fantasy 15 when it came out. And what happens when in the demo you play as a young Noctis in a dream world. But there's this creature that comes up to you and says, and it requests, "Hey, name me." It basically says, "Name me," and we named it Ray. And I showed up and I played the game. It's like, "Hey, you have your companion Ray," and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like it was the funniest thing because I now have Ray in the game with me at all times.
God,
Like, not at all
that's
times,
giving
but
me Metal Gear Solid 5
but he,
flashbacks.
Oh, God.
he gives you He'll give you tutorials and stuff and whatnot. And the way he communicates is a really cute way. He sends you messages to your phone. It's really funny. He'll send you Final Fantasy themed emojis. So it's like party chocobo or
Oh, for fuck's sake!
it's
Are
really-
you
It sounds
fucking
like me.
kidding me?
no, it's really funny
It
though.
sounds like me.
Never
It does
send me an
kinda
emoji. I will headbutt you till you die.
It's
Why
really
do I have to
funny.
say your
It's
wife anymore?
it's really funny. It's a really cute creature too, unlike Ray. But
Oh,
I wanna-
I don't have a dot on my
yeah.
forehead.
Hold on.
yeah, you were saying, Brooke?
I want to talk about something about Pokemon real quick.
Okay.
With the trend of them coming out with 2 at a time, it used to be they came out with 3, right?
Yes.
So
Somewhat.
when did they?
Okay, so it goes like this: red, blue, yellow,
Yeah.
gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald. Then they went diamond, pearl, platinum, and then that's when the remakes started. You had fire red, leaf green, and then you went to Generation 5, and that's when it stopped. It stopped in Gen 5 because they released Black White, then Black 2, and White 2, which were also 2 vastly different games. So it was sort of a 4 games in Generation 5, and then Generation 6, it just went back down to 2.
But I wonder why they changed that formula where they went from 3 games to 2 games.
Well,
Is it,
I think it's specific to this generation for one reason, and one of the side quests involves getting the 3rd legendary from Generation 6, which was Zygarde. And there's a whole subplot of revolving around collecting parts and chunks of this Zygarde and rebuilding it. And I think what they're doing now, and this might be the smarter thing to do to create connectivity between the generations, is they're taking what could be the plot in the 3rd game of each generation and moving it and integrating it with the next generation of games.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Do you think they're
I mean-
just dropping one so they have more time to make 2 great?
Nintendo's always, for the most part, with huge caveats added in, Nintendo's always stressed quality over speed, normally with their releases. So
Yeah.
if they're working with a
that-
team that actually wants to focus more on the mainline games and make them what they need to be, could be what they're doing.
See, the reason I'm wondering is because do you think early on with them releasing 3 at a time, you think it might have diluted the story a little bit because it was basically being reused in 3 versions?
I imagine it wears thin after a while. I mean, back in the first few generations, people were excited because they're like, "Wow, an expanded game that actually has features of both and more stuff to do. That's really cool." But now you get like DLC campaigns. Now you get like event Pokemon. Now you get like connectivity between the other generations.
People are spoiled as shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I agree with
To wit, I mean, Red, Blue, and Yellow all released on the 3DS Virtual Console, and they're fucking selling. Are they fucking
I
selling?
mean, I agree. I'd still play Yellow today over all the other
But-
ones.
Have you been getting those from GameStop?
the little cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shelby has been making me go up there every month to get 4 of
Volcanion,
them.
Genesect, and all
4 of them. He's like, I need 2, and he has a game too. I was like, no, I don't. He needs 2 as well.
Is it gonna be a December one by chance?
A December one?
A December.
I mean, Genesect's this month. I don't know if they got one next month. You would imagine with Gen
Is it?
7 launching, they'd probably do Majerna or
I
something.
mean, this is the last month of the 20-year
Yeah.
anniversary of
Yeah.
Pokemon.
She did say this next month is going to be the last time for those.
You would think. You would think it would be something Generation 7 specific. So, like, maybe like Majerna, maybe the fucking Shadow thing that no one knows anything about right now. Alright.
I want to do a mention of a game that I'm kind of disappointed that never came out.
Oh,
And they had the trailer for it, which was PT.
PT?
Silent Hill.
Oh, right, yeah.
That would super be on our recommended list if that was coming out. So for
I was
anyone,
so
Every-
disappointed.
so for the
everybody-
7 of you who don't know what we're talking about,
He
That would be
also
me.
doesn't.
I don't know.
Okay.
PT.
He's about
I'm about to go
he's
through
about
that.
to say it.
For the 7 of you who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Silent Hill PT was a playable trailer for the new Silent Hill game that is never coming out now. It was actually a very, very interesting work. Combination of Guillermo del Toro's directorial abilities, Hideo Kojima's vision for the storyline, and actor Norman Reedus of Walking Dead fame as the protagonist and the main voice. It was a really huge, really incredible, really ambitious project they did. PT actually is one of the best games that's come out in recent memory just because the storytelling is so solid in it. And the bad thing is Konami and Hideo Kojima have come to a disagreement on terms, and Kojima has separated from Konami. Now, we're not going to throw shade at either one of them because that's not what we're doing right now. The sad thing is it has soured Del Toro to actually working in the video game industry. Kojima's trying to work with some scraps of the concept with this new developer right
But
now.
Konami owns the rights to Silent Hill, don't they?
Yeah, but he's making it into something new.
Oh,
What's the name of that new thing he's trying to make it into?
I
It's got
I
a
don't
weird
remember.
fucking name. But Norman Reedus and Kojima are working together outside of Konami's influence to try to make something out of nothing, basically. Because
And-
again,
Wait
they
a
don't have
minute.
they don't have any access to the assets they've already worked on.
They tried to make one game, split apart, and make 2
Well,
games.
it got
the same.
canceled.
No,
They
Konami
canceled it.
canceled Silent Hill. All
Because-
work on it stopped.
Was there
Yeah,
any
but
conclusion
they
on
both
why
go
they did
after
that?
Rod
Was
Davis.
it-
I never found out. There could be.
Well, they split and they can't work together now, and so they're working on their
I
own
wouldn't say
sort of
let's
like-
do
This
They
happened
can't.
before the split, though. That's the
It just
thing.
was.
Right, I know.
The thing is, Konami's business model has changed drastically in the last few months. They're actually focusing on smaller mobile ventures, in fact. So a lot of your I hate to say this too, a lot of your mainline games that a lot of people like are actually going to suffer for this. For like the people who enjoy that sort of stuff, you're not going to see a lot of DDR work. For the people who enjoy the old school sort of games, you're not going to see any Castlevania work. For the people who loved PT, no Silent Hill.
And the one thing about PT I found interesting is it came on, just say PlayStation Network. It came on there without any foretelling. It just appeared out of nowhere, and people started playing it. And they're like, "What? How do you do this?"
It showed up like a good creepypasta. Actually, it just showed up out of the blue, right on
It
there,
was-
and people got invested in their own.
It was
No
announced.
marketing.
It was announced at E3. And it was just like, oh yeah, and there's PT.
Yeah.
yeah. It was just like, oh yeah, and there's PT.
There's
And
no-
They didn't mention a thing about it.
There was no marketing. It just sort of fucking showed
I
up.
actually watched a
it
lot
was-
of the streams as it happened, and
it
people
was-
were trying to figure it out. Like famous YouTubers and video gamers we're all getting together. It's like, hey, how do you beat this?
Yeah.
I found that out too. Like it was,
And the best thing about it was all individualized.
yeah, it was all randomized
Yeah.
per person. Like you had to do a specific thing. Like for me, I found out after like 5 hours of trying different methods that I had to sit in the menu screen for the options for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the most annoying thing I have ever done.
But it was engaging, and it's got you talking still all this time later.
I mean, it was so clever in just like randomizing it so you could just.
That's annoying more than anything.
I mean,
It is, but one of the things is this innovative idea for a trailer. Maybe not a game, but it was just so strange for a
it got
trailer.
people talking, and it made sure that every experience was unique, even if it was asinine in some ways. The big thing about it is that sort of Kojima brand quirkiness to a T. I mean,
that seems like Man on the Moon effect. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie or not.
No, I haven't.
There's like, none of y'all have seen Man on the Moon.
I
No.
just heard about it the other day,
I just heard about it now.
I watched a movie with
It was-
Man on
but
the
I've
was-
never seen it.
Right, thank you.
Does it feel good, Nathan? Does it fucking feel good?
Yeah, does it?
The movie. Jim Carrey in it.
Oh, okay, I know what movie he's talking about now. Right.
You look like a
I'm
dissatisfied
so-
school teacher right now.
I'm so glad
Let's
you're
just
here.
go back to games. Enough of
You
that.
broke Nathan. You did it. You did what we've been trying to do for months.
Kojima style quirkiness, it's sort of something you see in a lot of his games, especially in the Metal Gear series. There is some fucking wonky shit. Just look at Metal Gear Solid 5.
oh god, that's
You
such a
just watch
game
a
too.
movie.
What, the
That
scene
had
where you
one
can
of the
fall
best,
over
like-
6 times?
How about making your own avatar at the start of the fucking game and it not mattering at all?
Yeah, I remember that.
You weren't in the game, were you?
Well, the thing about it is like the reason they did that is to kind of lead you on that you're someone else other than
Who you are.
yeah.
And if y'all all seen this movie, you'd understand what I'm talking about.
No one gives a shit about your movie with Jim Carrey.
Y'all are
So
explaining the plot line of this movie.
I love Ace Ventura.
but
Ray, thanks for coming on.
Man, I'm gonna have to dumb down that audio. I mean, that was loud.
Dear God.
Blew out the mic
You
almost.
can just go and suck it.
All right, so
Yeah, that,
tell us about Skyrim a little bit more. Tell us about Skyrim Special Edition.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, you want me to tell you the difference between them two?
Yes,
Sure,
please.
go for it.
What would make me buy this over a regular Skyrim edition?
Brian, but you when we talked about this before, you've never played Skyrim.
You go mods.
You've never played any of the DLCs or anything, so this would actually be the best time for you to get it.
Okay.
I'd actually want to be in your shoes again to replay it with all the DLCs in it. And it looking so good.
So what's specifically new? I mean, it's super fucking great that all the DLCs are included. That's really good.
What they did, the story behind it is when they were making Fallout 4, they were making Fallout 4 and they're like, we're going to make this on a new console. And Xbox One, it would be Xbox, they just gave them this entire like effects things. Like, hey, for your new game, you put all these effects on there. They're like this fog effect, rain effect, all these other lighting effects. To test it out, they put it on Skyrim.
And they liked how it
And they're
looked.
like, yeah, this looks really awesome. When they get done with Fallout 4, they're like, let's go back to Skyrim and see how it actually looked.
That's kind of cool.
They changed how it looked and everything like that, visually. And I would say the sunsets and the sunrises are the most noticeable.
the god rays are phenomenal.
Yes.
But
The entire sky turns red, and there's auroras at nighttime.
I like me some visuals in games.
The one thing I think I want to add on with Skyrim is it's pretty right off the bat. I mean, you go in there and without the mods, it's a great game,
You
right?
play constantly with the mods.
I do. This is where I'm getting at.
You
though.
start. Okay, I'm going to mention we had an argument before because he started the game with 13 mods
Are you
running.
fucking... Was one of them
Graphical.
Macho Man?
No.
Randy Dragon?
No,
You
Macho
let me
Man
down.
Randy Dragon.
The other parts, they redid some coding a little bit. They recoded the dragons to make them, I would say, more mischievous. Because,
Didn't you tell me they lost a dragon during the coding?
Oh, in the first game they did. Because what they do is that they made the dragons, they coded them and everything. What
Right.
they like naturally do, what they attack, where they normally go. and they put them down in the world, lost them. They code them in such a way where like they have these things they like to do, but there's a chance that you'll see them. They just do what they normally do.
So they just handle their own business.
Yeah. And with the new coding, I believe that they made them more. The NPCs in there, they made them more like tolerable to some things, but not quite.
So you're not gonna go to jail or get stabbed for kicking a chicken accidentally?
No,
No, that still happens.
That's
Oh, does
still
it?
in there.
Yes.
And it was really annoying.
Legend of Zelda.
I almost rage quit because I was walking in town. There's a chicken. Guess what
Fuck the
happened?
chicken.
Legend of Zelda syndrome. You get the shit pushed in.
Dragon comes out of the sky. I accidentally shoot a chicken, killing a dragon. People stop caring about the dragon while they're on fire, and I have a bounty on me.
Legend of Zelda syndrome at
What
its
you can think of
fucking
that?
finest. Ray, do you have any suggestions other than Pokemon Sun and Moon?
Or Skyrim. I mean,
Come on,
I
man.
mean, I love Skyrim.
What do you
I really
played?
do.
What do you played in the last couple months? That's really good. That's come out this year. Don't you look at your
his
phone? Don't you look at that,
I'm not looking at my phone.
Ray?
I'm showing
Ray.
you.
Oh, I know. He's been playing a mobile game lately.
Okay.
That's
I've been
been
playing Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key.
Ooh.
That came out this year on February 7th.
You've been talking about that the entire time.
What?
Oh, never mind.
What are you talking about? Anyways,
This game is awesome, man.
So what is it? What part of the story is it?
Oh, dude. I can go into detail with this one. Dude, this story takes place
4
100
days.
years before Kingdom Hearts.
100.
Jesus
years.
fuck.
Wow, that is a long time. I did not know that was the gap.
I know, right? And now, you're
This is
okay.
an origin story?
Yeah, it's an origin story, man. It's an origin story. Background, it goes into detail about, well,
It's called
almost
world
everything.
building.
Almost everything.
Good job, Square Enix, at your world building.
Basically, it's the world before. It was a world before all the worlds got separated, and turned into, fragments of other worlds.
Right.
Basically. Now, in this game, you start as a Keyblade wielder.
Okay.
My bad. And, well, you had to choose 5 factions, right? 5 factions. There are Anguius, which represents the snake. Ursus, that represents the bear. A bunch of these factions. I chose Ava's. I forgot the name of it. Vulpes.
So
Best
foxes.
Foxes.
So what's the gameplay like?
Okay, the game. Well, let's see.
I remember
It's-
you describing it to me. It was kind of like it's turn-based ish, and
It
it's
is
like
turn-based.
it's like Paper Mario in a way.
Ooh, I'm
Yes.
fucking sold.
Yes.
Fantastic game, by the way.
Fucking love me some Paper Mario. In fact, fuck what you're talking about. Let's talk about... No, carry on.
Go, keep talking.
Okay. Let me go into battle styles. Okay, this is how you battle. Okay, you battle using powers from the future. Okay, there's this book called well, it's a book called the Book of Prophecies. Okay,
Pause. Hard edit.
Yeah, I know.
Book of Prophecy. Okay.
No. Overly detail, not important. Just get your general thought across, alright?
You basically use powers from the future.
Okay.
All the worlds that don't exist in this world you can take powers from them in the future.
So
You fight
like Atlantis, like the
them.
Lion King world, all
like
that shit.
Well, characters specifically. Like you could fight with the power of Sora, the power of Mickey, the power of any Disney World or Final Fantasy character, or any character in the Kingdom Hearts world, basically. And it's so freaking awesome.
So that's pretty cool. Alright, well, is it just on like Android phones,
Android,
Apple?
Android tab, Android, and I think iPhone as well.
Neat. That's pretty cool. I might have to check that
And
out.
it's free, dude. It's free.
Alright, the one person we haven't got a full opinion on yet.
Me. About Skyrim.
I hate you so much sometimes.
Now,
You'll understand my frustration in Nathan, but no.
now I'm going to go ahead and say...
I'm gonna
Wrap
roll
it the
I'm
fuck
gonna
up.
roll
Yeah,
off.
I'll have to say one thing. Brooke was wondering, or is Nathaniel wondering how much I've actually played on there?
Yeah.
In a week's time. 100 hours.
Doesn't surprise me.
Jesus fuck, dude.
I didn't know until I actually went on there. And
Did you sleep? Did you poop?
Oh,
Were you
right.
sleeping and the game was on?
No.
It's just operating it subconsciously.
I did that before.
Head lolled back.
I'll do that
A runner of
anymore.
drool
To
dripping
be
down his
fair,
chin.
to be fair, 100 hours for
Isn't
something
that
like
long.
Skyrim, you get lost in the game. So that's really, if you have nothing to do that day, you get lost in that, and that could be.
See, I do
20
that.
hours.
I do that all the time,
Ray feels that
especially
way
with
about Fallout.
especially with RPGs. You can get lost in a good RPG for fucking ages. I can't count the days that I got lost in things like Super Mario RPG, Final Fantasy VII, Tales of Symphonia, Star Ocean, things like that. Good RPGs fucking suck you in and hold on to you. On that note,
So, Brian thinks I was going to talk about Final Fantasy 15. I'm not far enough in it yet. I do have another game, though, that has sucked me in until my computer doesn't want to play it
are
right
you gonna
now.
fucking talk about Stardew Valley?
I am going to talk about Stardew Valley.
I am going to say that everyone should look into Civ 6.
I'm gonna...
It's awesome.
been hijacked again.
Why do you hijack me every time?
Are you going to talk about Civ 6?
No, I was going to talk about Stardew Valley, but you interject with an entirely different topic.
I thought-
6 is a good game.
It is
Talk
good.
about
I thought
Stardew
I
Valley.
read your mind or something.
No, you
Continue.
didn't read my mind. You just pissed me off.
Stardew Valley.
Okay, so Stardew Valley is a great game. What it is a farming simulator, kind of like Harvest Moon. If you've never played it,
As long as it's not Farming Simulator 15, I'm okay.
no, it's not Farming Simulator.
Fuck you.
15. It is
Farming
all-
Simulator
it is-
15 is fantastic.
Why would you play
Fuck
that?
no.
Why would you play
Sponsor
that
us,
game?
Farming Simulator 15.
It's a lot
I
of
haven't
fun.
played it.
It's an RPG
Oh,
and it's
okay.
really, really chill. It's a really chill game. If you like relaxing games that don't have a lot of, you don't feel stressed when you
The
play
game
Stardew
you can play
Valley.
with one hand and masturbate with the other.
Not quite. You need both hands. You need both hands.
Well, I am not sold.
Sorry. But it's really a lot of fun, and all you do is you're like the game starts out. You're working at Joja Mart. Last, we know why. And you're working at Joja Mart, and you get fed up with Joja Mart. And it turns out, like when your grandpa was dying, he gave you a letter that said when you're down on your luck and you feel like life has got you in a rut, open this letter. And then,
To wit, Nathan Dotson just went to the restroom. This is the clearest the segment is going to ever be.
Yeah,
Enjoy it.
yeah. So what happens is that happens. You go to a place called Stardew Valley. You go and you're able to start your own ranch and everything. You can name it whatever you want. I named mine Farm.
Farm.
Right, because it's whatever farm.
Hello!
And so I named
Welcome
it
to Farm.
Yeah. And so, and you can also like name your pets and all sorts of other stuff.
Did you name your dog Dog?
No, I got a cat and I named it Fucker. whenever the person who gives it to you, Mary or whatever, Maria or whatever, comes up and says, "Hey, here's this cat." And it's like, what you gonna name this cat? I put in Fucker, and she's like, "Oh, what a cute little fucker." Oh no, I would have, but I wasn't paying attention.
So sell us a little more on the gameplay.
Okay, so the gameplay, what you do is you walk around. You have about 7 different tools that you can use for certain objects, like an axe for wood, pickaxe for ores and stone, and then hoe for mine.
Getting that money.
A hoe for tilling the ground and then planting seeds.
You plant seeds with a hoe.
It's pretty chill. You have watering can as well, but I mean, and you go into the mines. You get ore, so you can upgrade your items. You befriend the people of the town. One of the coolest things, though, is there's this community center. There's this community center that you have to give gifts to. You have to find items that are in the game. You have to make items and do other stuff. And then give them to the community center. As time goes on, the community center will become a thriving place.
So you sort of build the game beyond that. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's an RPG, so you can choose to play it however you want. You can befriend whoever you want, a guy or girl, as long as their title is as single.
So
as long as they're not.
this
already
really
married.
does sound like an old Harvest Moon sort of game.
Yeah,
like the Game Boy Advance.
It
ones
is
and
a
whatnot.
ton of fun, and to tell you about it, whenever I first picked up this game, it was months ago. But whenever I first picked up this game, I picked it up and I played it, and then 6 hours later I put it down, and it was like, holy shit, this is going to eat away my life. And I spent over 100, like over several hundred hours in this game. And that's just normal gameplay, because the way it works is it's a day-by-day thing. Once the day ends, all your experience will pull in through different stuff like mining, foraging, fishing. All those experience points will pull in, and once you max out a certain thing, like you get more abilities, or like fish, you can sell fish for more money, or you can sell crops for more money, and so on and so on.
So, I just want to add something. So this whole game, it's about making money and living.
Yeah, it's about living, and it's
like
just
just a day-to-day sort of slice of life
just,
thing.
just kind of like a Sims, but
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's just a lot of fun, and it's just an interesting concept, and I
Now-
think it's better than Harvest Moon just because
Now, to wit,
it's way more chill.
James has been talking to me about games for quite some time. We've been friends for a very long time. In the last few months, it's at least once a week that he brings up Stardew Valley.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm
But
sorry for bringing it up
It's
now.
not the way how
But,
it does.
No.
That Fallout 4 though.
That Fallout 4,
That
though.
Fallout 4, though. I have played plenty of that too.
Okay.
But,
Last little quick segment, and we're going to wrap up because after this edit, we're probably going to be just a teeny bit under or over. So we're going to do one more little bit.
teeny bit under, technically.
Teeny bit under.
Yeah, we
One more-
started at 10.
Okay. Oh, 10?
Yeah, we started at 10.
Yeah.
So we're
For
I
all
can
sake.
talk about another
Recording.
game. That I
Well, no, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to do a quick wrap up with 2 more mini recommendations, right quick. Just a
Yeah.
couple sentences about a game you
Hey,
played recently. And we're going to start with Nathan to get him out of the way.
Right, games I've played recently.
Yeah,
Games
just
that you played
few sentences about games that you've already haven't talked about yet, that you played recently, that you just want to say and recommend. You know, like
I've mentioned all the 3 games that I play. You want to know?
Yeah, he only plays
Mortal
3
Kombat
games.
X. I only have 5 games.
Yeah.
No,
He plays
You're
the
not a
games
video
to
game
death.
guy.
that's the only amount. Mortal Kombat X.
okay,
It's a great game.
fucking.
And
A.
I would say one thing though. Around the holidays, they just did the Thanksgiving towers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Go in the living towers, and every holiday, like
they got a themed tower in it.
yes, and
Yeah.
it lasts all week, and you get a
The-
special
the
thing.
Thanksgiving tower was apparently really ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Every
Oh,
fucking tower was pretty ridiculous. I remember the 4th of July tower being explosions, the fighting game.
yes, the last is ridiculous.
It was nothing but turkeys.
Yes.
So you see, like all the little
Everywhere.
effects. You see exploding turkeys running across.
To tell people what it is that haven't played the game, there are modifiers on there, one at a time. Modifiers go on it. They're all Thanksgiving themed. That means that there's going to be nothing but turkeys
And they do,
gravy base.
and each battle on this tower is just like one theme after the next, and the last one's usually
All
the
of
fuck
them.
you Palooza because it's all the modifiers.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat X just did release a lot of fucking DLC and has a new remaster called Mortal Kombat XL. I would definitely recommend picking it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Civ 6.
Civ 6.
Civ 6.
Yes.
Yes.
Just get that game.
Civ 6. Yes.
Just get it.
Ray, 2 games.
Game Rise on Chinky and Pokemon Sun.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. 2 games other than the ones we've already talked about.
No, Skyrim.
I got Skyrim.
We already
Well, no,
talked about Skyrim.
recommend it to other people, but
I recommended, if you have a PS4.
What?
No, we're not fucking doing
No,
this.
we're not
That's
doing that,
another
but,
episode. Brooke, 2
Xbox
games.
One.
Gears of War 4.
Okay.
Just recently got it. Fantastic game. It actually rebuilds on what Gears of War was instead of what it became.
Okay.
Another game. It's free to play. Smite. It's a basically console-based MOBA.
Smite is a lot of fun.
So it's like League of Legends for those who don't play on the computer. It's fantastic. I've been spending almost 4 or 5 hours a day on that game.
I got 2 right quick. Both the Nintendo titles, of course. What a fucking surprise.
If you say Pokemon, Ryan.
Hey. You know, to occupy your mouth better?
What is it about?
To occupy your mouth better, I can unzip my pants for you. You want to erase that
We were
edit?
talking about dicks on the way
No,
here. So
yeah, I'll erase the edit. That's actually no.
All
He
right.
was talking about having dick skin in his mouth all the whole way here. So, I mean, it works.
You're the
All right,
one talking about
2.
dicks
La, la,
here.
la, 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 la. on.
Two quick recommendations. Virtual Console release just happened recently. If you enjoyed Final Fantasy Tactics Advance on the Game Boy Advance, you're definitely going to enjoy it again on the Wii U. Mm-hmm. And I've been recommending this game ever since it came out, Super Mario Maker. You want to talk about a pretty fucking cool technical masterpiece they worked on. It's not as expansive as its source games, but altogether it's a really, really fucking good level editor and creator.
I gotta recommend Final Fantasy 15. It's I've just got it today, but it is a fantastic. I just dated the video, but it is
Good fucking job.
It is a fantastic game, and it's a lot of fun. And it's a new take on Final Fantasy. It's a new take on Final Fantasy, but I think it's a welcome one as compared to some of the previous ones.
Either.
Nope.
No, it's not turn-based, but
Very active. And in a good way, not like 13.
Yeah, in a very good way, in a very organic way. You got anything else you want to add, Rick?
Mate?
It can be turn-based if you want it to be.
You're talking about the pre-order bonus.
Yes,
game.
there was a pre-order bonus for GameStop, and you could buy a
It's
vintage
like
style. Yeah,
Yeah, it's an old retro style Final Fantasy 6 and before style game.
Yeah. Well, that was the Amateur Hour podcast. It's been your host,
Brian.
and me, James,
And Nathan?
and our two special guests,
Gray eyes. George.
Brooke and Brooke. All right. Well,
Happy
we'll see-
holidays, everyone. We've enjoyed speaking with you. Sorry to just fucking run you over.
and we'll see you next time. Bye.